In this quick tips video, we're going to be talking about what to do if you encounter a wet breathing second stage regulator. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Divers Ready. My name's James. As always, so great to see all of your smiling faces. Now, recently I got an email from a Simona who said that they had had a negative experience during a training class where their second stage regulator was wet breathing. In other words, every time they inhaled, they got a little bit of water coming into their mouth, which is at the less serious end, just annoying and unpleasant, and at the more serious end, obviously could lead to major problems with gas delivery and potentially a drowning episode. So I want to talk about what the main causes are of a wet breathing regulators, what you can look for as a diver, and what you can fix yourselves and what you should leave to the professionals. So I'm going to head over to the workbench and break it down. Join me there. Okay, here I have one of my XT2 second stages from Dive Right. If you get a wet breathing regulator, it's probably water getting into the second stage through one of three places. So there's three places that you can check to see if that's the problem. The first, the easiest, the most obvious, is the mouthpiece itself. So you may get, sometimes you'll see there'll be a hole on the top of the mouthpiece here. If you're dragging on the mouthpiece, you're putting any kind of stress on it. There can be little tears on here. Mouthpieces, we've already covered in a whole quick tips video, are user changeable. It could be that the zip tie itself, the cable tie, has either broken, degraded, come loose, or is just not doing its job of creating that seal around there, and that there's water egressing here. So check the condition of your mouthpiece for tears and make sure that it is well fitted. This one looks alright, so it's probably not that. So then I would move on to the next obvious, which is the main D.A.N diaphragm. So this front part of your regulator will unscrew. And again, if you're not comfortable doing this, by all means take it to your service technician. Then you have a retaining piece on the inside here, and there you can see a D.A.N diaphragm. So if this isn't sealing properly, if it's not sitting on that ridge correctly, if there's a fold in it, then you're going to get water come in there, and obviously that's going to enter the second stage, and as you breathe you're going to ingest some of that water, which is suboptimal. So you can take that out, you can hold it up to the light, you can make sure there's no tears or perforations, and then there's no debris or crap or anything like that, and presuming there isn't, you can replace it. If you see any tears, obviously do not use that regulator, and change that diaphragm out with a genuine manufacturer's part. The third place you want to check is under the exhaust T here. There is an exhaust diaphragm. It's a very simple mushroom valve. When you exhale, it forces the valve open, and that's where your bubbles come out. Obviously, if bubbles can come out, water could possibly get in. So you want to make sure that that diaphragm isn't torn, or there's no debris under there, any kind of seaweed or sand or anything like that that could cause water to ingress. So to remove the exhaust tee, I highly recommend you take it to a service center. If you absolutely insist on doing it yourself, you're going to want to warm this up. This is a moldable piece of plastic which is very tough to remove when it's cold. What I'm going to do is just drop it in my ultrasonic to warm it up for 5 minutes, and then it should pop right off, and I can show you that. Alright, so that's been soaking for about 5 minutes now in the ultrasonic. Oh, it's a bit toasty. So it should be able to, yeah, see how easy that comes off when it's warm. And there you see under there, that's your exhaust diaphragm. So if there was any crap build up under there, any kind of seaweed or algae or something that's got in through the exhaust tee and just cause that to be folded over, sometimes that can cause a wet breath too. So again, if you've got a wet breathing reg, the three things you want to check are the integrity of the mouthpiece, the integrity of the D.A.N diaphragm, and the integrity of the exhaust diaphragm. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, is this actually a quick tips video under 5 minutes? I hope so. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, give it the old thumbs up. Consider subscribing to our channel to learn more about the scuba equipment that supports our life underwater. And if you haven't done so already, feel free to share this video with your dive buddies. I'll see you in next week's video. Dive safe, dive often.